What's that? Hey, Sid.
Hello.
Welcome to the Queen Anne's County Board of Education work session for November the 17th. Can we stand for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amy, you got the close.
Yes, I do, thank you. And today is Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. Pursuant to the General Provisions Article 3-305 and 3-104, the Board of Education of Queen Anne's County will met in a closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction, any other personnel matter that affects one or more individuals, and to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. Thank you.
Next, we have, also, I'd like to announce that Dr. Sprankle will be assisting as a secretary to the board this evening. Dr. Salins, also like to recognize, is not here this evening, but is the State Superintendent of the Year. So that was good. Approval agenda.
Mr. Smith, may I make a motion to amend the agenda to add 3.02, a proclamation for Apprenticeship Week?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
Mr. Smith, may I make a motion to accept the amended agenda?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're moving on. 3-01, American Education Week.
Okay, Dr. Kibler will be assisting me. Thank you, Dr. Kibler. This week is American Education Week, and on behalf of the Queen Anne's County Board of Education, we honor and celebrate our educators, paraprofessionals, secretaries, media specialists, computer technicians, specialists, teacher specialists, facilitators, substitute teachers, reading specialists, math specialists, coordinators, counselors, specialists, nurses, cafeteria workers, assistants, social workers, psychologists, speech therapists, pupil personnel workers, principals, assistant principals, academic deans, interpreters, maintenance workers, distributive services, bus drivers, custodians, supervisors, and other school and central office staff who make such a difference in our students' lives. In addition, Queen Anne's County Public Schools is so fortunate to have collaborative and supportive partnerships to assist with ensuring all students will graduate with the skills necessary to pursue their professional pathway and be empathetic contributors to society. On behalf of Maryland's Superintendent of the Year, our very own Dr. Patty Salins, she will be, actually tomorrow, our staff will be receiving a sweet treat, every single staff member. And so you should see those wonderful cupcakes that have all been counted out and divided, and they'll be delivered tomorrow so that our staff can remain sweet. So we're excited about that. So thank you so much, Dr. Salins.
All right. Nice.
Okay, and also, I think we just received today proclamation for CTE information.
Absolutely. Hot off the press, President Smith. Here is the proclamation. Got to share that. This week is also National Apprenticeship Week. Today, during lunch, Dr. Salins, along with Adam Tolley, who is the supervisor for CTE, were presented with the proclamation for National Apprenticeship Week by the Department of Labor for Queen Anne's County Public Schools, having the most apprenticeships programs on the Eastern Shore and our school systems. How about that?
Very good.
So celebratory moment for sure. So congratulations, I would say, Mr. Tolley, and especially Dr. Salins under her leadership. So we're excited about that.
And to the students.
Yes, absolutely. All of our
God bless
students.
them.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And I
So
know,
we're proud.
and I know this board's been very supportive of CTE. It's something that's very important to this board, that's put some effort into it and to make sure that our students are well-rounded, but that that's another career path that these students can do during the school year and have a career and also a trade that they understand when they get out of school. I really appreciate it. Also, I think the board, all of us have been supportive of that. Okay, information items. Action items, approval or First Amendment to the superintendent's contract. Have a motion?
Mr. Smith, I move to accept the superintendent's contract as amended.
Have a second?
Second,
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
a question, sir. Jane was supposed to present something, or we just voted? We're just voting?
Just vote, just,
Fantastic. Thank you.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now next is our transfer request. Our first one is Mrs. Patch.
I thought I was next, so I got up.
That's why I asked.
Yes,
Sorry.
thank you, I appreciate that. So, good evening, Dr. Sprankle, President Smith, board members, executive team. My name is Jane Towers, CFO. Tonight, we bring before you 3 budget amendments. We split them into 3 different ones. The first one being a request to fold in 2 social workers from ESER 3 and 2 guidance counselors from ESER 3 into the budget, along with reclassifying those teacher specialists to assistant principal roles, and then an assistant principal at Queen Anne's County High School, as well as a school safety officer. There is no fiscal impact to the budget. There is reclassifying mostly from savings from, or how should I say it, reclassification of positions that currently had existed.
So under this current thing, there'll be no additional cost, it's just recategorizing different positions and change.
Correct, based upon the needs of the district. So in total, we've been able to fold into the FY23 budget 9.5 positions from grant funds.
That was for 1 and 3 for the unrestricted budget. That's taking from our reserves, is that correct? So that's making,
That will be a budget amendment 2, we'll take from our fund balance. Yes.
So for the motion, I make a motion to accept the approval transfer request for budget amendment number 1 for FY23. Fiscal impact dollar amount is $0. Budget source, unrestricted funds.
second.
A motion second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Ayes have it, thank you.
Thank you. The next one we bring before you, budget amendment number 2. This is since the adoption of our FY23 restricted budget, the negotiated agreements have been settled. The fiscal impact is a little under $1.4 million. This will be allocated out of fund balance if approved tonight, and you can see in the different categories where it's allocated to.
Jane, why wasn't budget source, instead of saying unrestricted funds, why didn't we?
You know, I think to probably be clear, we should say fund balance.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
let's
you.
amend that.
So can I make the motion, Mr. Smith, to approve the transfer request with budget amendment number 2 for the FY23 fiscal impact dollar amount of $1,398,600, budget source, fund balance?
Second.
Okay,
A
thank you.
motion second, any further discussion? All those in say aye. Aye. Ayes have it, thank you. Our third budget request, or transfer, I'm sorry, request.
The last one we bring before you this evening is a transfer request for amendment number 3, as listed here. I'm not sure if you want me to detail it out or not, if there's any specific questions, but we're just, no fiscal impact, allocating from some savings in other categories to meet the needs of the district and administration. There is contracted services and leave payouts that we have to account for. In mid-level, it is going to be a leave payout and a principal's office supply accounts. In instructional other, it's for 3 kilns, a replacement of some band uniforms, some Spanish resources, and a washer at Kent Island High School. And in the health services one, it's going to be a health bed at Mattokeep Elementary School, as well as some life kits that are mandatory from the state in that category. In category the transportation, as you know, fuel costs are going up and up, so we're going to ask for an initial increase and bump to the transportation of $350,000. And then the last one, maintenance, we're going to ask for $300,000 because the cost of everything's going up, the mandates that are coming down that we have to accommodate for.
And this is really early in our year because we start July the 1st. We will get an update because it just scares me when I see what the inflation costs are and everything going on, that it's going to be tricky. I mean, it concerns me.
It is.
And I'll talk to Mr. Pender. What monthly is our fuel cost above, well, I mean, because diesel fuel is what, $5.70, $5.80 now?
Depending on where you get it, between about $5.80 and $6.
So that's a monthly, I mean, more, I mean, and we pay
It's
mileage over so much.
That's correct. It's 1 penny for every 5 cents over $3.
And we run 1,000,004 miles a year or something?
Yes, sir. We go off of the 15th of each month. We do the Baltimore AAA reading. When we first started back in August, we were down around 495. And as you've probably watched on the news and seen, it's skyrocketed. And some of them are, saying there's going to be a shortage in the southeast and mid-Atlantic for diesel. So we have seen those prices rise dramatically.
I mean,
How much higher than $6? I don't know, but
right. But I mean, this is when you take this monthly chart, it's a concern, and we're just in November.
luckily with our propane and our heating oil, we're locked in
Locked
on
in.
those costs. Propane came in at a really good price. Heating oil was a little bit higher than we anticipated, but it's just going up.
Majority of our over-the-road buses, not the special buses, are contractors.
Yes, our regular runs are contracted
Do
drivers.
we have maybe a plan that, I know the county has fuel depots. If something happened where fuel just wasn't obtainable, we still have to run buses, kids still have to come to school, students still have to come to school. Was there any way to look into, and they probably are going to have the same problem we are, but.
We've had emails and conversation back and forth with the county just to make sure that they're able to maintain, because they're also worried about, they're providing the diesel for their county maintenance trucks, their county roads, sheriff's department is all coming out of one fuel depot. So, there are concerns with that also.
Okay.
And then some of them are trying to, use up the tank they have now because they're anticipating getting it filled at a lower rate compared to, another month or two down the road. At some point, it's got to level off. It's just,
I just know.
when is when,
We hope. We hope.
But the one problem I also see, and I don't know what the county's reserves are, most tanks are 10,000. If you bring in 7, which is a transport load, you're down pretty low. You're around 2,000 gallons before you can even start to refill.
Yep.
So it's you hit the, 2,000 gallons, I'm not sure we can burn that in no time.
Now, with our heating oil, we pull in about 7,500 gallons
Transport.
to fill up for various schools at one point. Our propane tanks at our high schools, they're 18,000 gallon tanks. It's a tremendous amount of propane that we go through.
Well, Jane, Ms. Towers, you'll be on us constantly with good news, I hope, in the future.
I hope so.
Okay, I have,
Mr. Smith, may I make a motion to accept the transfer request for budget amendment number 3 for FY '23, fiscal impact dollar amount of $0, budget source unrestricted funds.
Second.
a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you.
Thank you.
As we're going along, the future meetings, we'll have our next regular scheduled meeting, December the 7th will be our next regular meeting, and our work session will be on the 14th. Does other members have anything they'd like to bring before the board?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Motion to adjourn and resume closed session.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
We'll
your
come back
support.
in 5 minutes.
Thank you, QAC.